Hey everyone, blessings and good morning. Gosh, what a great morning. Um, I'm just gonna rejoice and be glad in it. So excited for today. A lot of great things happening. A lot of people being blessed. A lot of impacts being made, and just excited to be part of that. And I want to talk about something today called Point Break. Popular term used for a lot of things. A movie was made after it. I think they use it in surfing. I mean, there's just a lot of things they use it in. I'm going to use it a little differently today um, about a breaking point, uh, but I'm going to call it point break for just a cool way to remember it. Um, this is the point of your brokenness. God gave me that word for somebody this morning, and it resonated so heavy on my heart right after that that I had to talk about it a little bit, and I think it's powerful um, because it's probably the most powerful position you can be in as a person trying to grow. It is a place of power where you can, the most authentic place to grow is at point break, okay? And, uh, and there's two ways um, to get there, to your point of brokenness, to point break. One, life can break you so bad um, from bad choices, unhealthy associations, um, lack of mentorship and knowledge or wisdom, pride. There's so many things that can put you in a place where life is just going to break you apart, kind of chew and spit you out, but it'll put you at that point of brokenness. Um, it's kind of the same end result no matter how you get there, uh, but one is less painful, okay? That one's very painful when life puts you at that point of brokenness. Um, your second option, which is the preferred option, and that's where you bring yourself to a point of brokenness in your faith. And in my faith, the Christian faith, coming to the altar, the feet of God, laying my burdens down at His feet, picking up His yoke because it's lighter, carrying His cross, stuff like that, um, is a choice where things may not be working out for me great. I haven't hurt anybody. I haven't hurt. I'm not in pain. I just know I'm frustrated because things are not kind of cracking open for me like I'd like them to. The world's not become my oyster where it's opened up, and I'm not really peaceful in my walk and in what I'm doing. Um, I'm frustrated. I'm in a cycle to where I'm just not getting ahead, or I'm not. I don't feel like I'm walking my calling out, stuff like that. So the interesting part of that is when I realize that um, I can bring myself to the point break. I can take myself to the altar and say, Lord, I'm broken. Um, and broken is not. It has a bad context in the world because people think that broken is destroyed. It's really not. If you understand the Creator, you understand God. A broken place is where you're at a point where you're no longer what you think you are, but you're in a place where you can be remade into what you're supposed to be, and that's a beautiful place. Um, Unless your pride is keeping you from there, because a lot of times, people's pride and wanting to do things on their own is going to keep them from growing. I had that conversation with my little girl, through message and whatnot, and one of the tips I left her, because I do an audio for her and my other daughter, my two daughters, every morning. Um, One of them is um, being self-sufficient and wanting to do things on your own. Independence, okay, it's great. I have two daughters. I want to teach them to be independent women, strong women, where they rely on their God and their daddy once in a while. So, but I told her the example I used is that I'm getting off a little bit of a tangent, but I think it's relevant. Is if you're going to replace the engine in a vehicle, you don't just go at it without any mechanical knowledge or experience. You need somebody who's done it before with excellence um, and good at it to teach you. It's okay if you want to turn the bolts on your own and you want to replace things on your own. Like, I understand that you want to do the physical work on your own, But going into something blind because you don't want to hear anybody's opinion, that's just unhealthy and it's dangerous and it's ineffective. And there's nothing honorable about that. That pride will lead you to the fall. That pride, that unhealthy individualism, uh, will keep you from growing and learning and getting and finding joy in things. Because when you do things with that are good with mentorship, it feels better, and you get some results out of it, and you get some growth out of it, and you get some revelation out of it. So, going back to the Point Break, uh, it's one thing if you're gonna bring yourself there. Um, it's another thing if you want to stay away from that just because for pride. It's crazy. Keep bumping your head. I'll get it one day. I'll get it one day because you want the credit of figuring it out. Honestly, the older I get, the more life that's in me, the more I realize that I don't necessarily want the credit of being the one who figured it out. But here's what I want. I want the fruit of life. I want the success. I want, the paycheck. I want, the growing business. I want the successful parenthood. I want the successful husband title. I want, the strong walk with God title. I don't care if I've got myself there. Um, I'd rather not because I don't learn as much. Um, there's never a self-made anybody. I know that's a really cool term to to put down as I'm a self-made millionaire. That's never true. Every overnight success took 10 years to get there, and every self-made person has 1,000 people behind them that helped them get there in some way, shape, or form, opening doors for them, guiding them, learning from them. He had to hear it from somebody. They had to hear it from somebody in order to get there. And I think it's just important you understand that. It's important that you bring yourself to that altar, and just as broken as you can go to the altar, you got to go the same level of brokenness to a mentorship table, and sometimes come to the point where you're like, hey, listen, I'm done. You got to have a physical conversation with the mentor and say, hey, sir, ma'am, I'm done, man. I'm done ramming my head against the wall. I'm done being in this cycle of frustration. I really want to grow. I want to become. I want to walk in success. I want to live beautifully. I want to have the fruit of life. I'm done doing it my way. I'm submitted to your guidance, and really take that game plan and own it as if you made it up on your own, with the same level of passion and desire. Be willing to emulate people. One of my buddies, a great buddy of mine as a counselor, he told me, Gil, this world needs more men who are worthy of being emulated. And in my faith, the Bible, the book that I read says, I believe it's Paul says, emulate me as I emulate Christ. You don't have to be me, but you can do what I do, and you'll have what I have. And you'll still become what the Lord has meant for you to become. No two people are the same, but we can emulate similar success principles and thought processes and paradigm shifts of the mentality in order to create that level of success in our life and fruitfulness in our life. So I encourage you today, don't let life kick you so hard by bad decisions and pride and terrible influences that you can't break because you're apologetic. It hurts to do it that way. Don't get to the Point Break because you're procrastinating all day long and you're terrible with your money and you refuse to budget and you refuse to invest quality time in proper rest and in other people, or you refuse to live a life of self-sacrifice and impact other people, and bless other people and lift other people up encouragingly. Don't let life get you to that point. Take yourself humbly to that point, because once you do that, you have a humble heart, and God can do a lot with a humble heart. He'll open up doors that weren't there before for you. He'll open up opportunities for you. He'll make connections with people and associations that you didn't know existed in order to bless you. He'll open up another level of joy in your heart. I'm a firm believer that depression and anxiety run rampant in our culture today Yes, partly for a physical reason. There is a biological mechanism to that, but I think 9 times out of 10, a lot of it has to do with a person's emotional state in their spirit, where they're just their spirit is crying out to be broken, and their physical body and flesh won't allow them to get there, because of the pride, and their spirit is just tired of walking around in this avatar, going nowhere. It's frustrated, and it's depressed, and it's anxious, and desires for the day you bring yourself to the brokenness. There's a really powerful song. Um, it's a worship song. It's beautiful. It's by Corey Ashbury, I think, and it's called Unraveling. And man, talk about don't listen to that one by yourself when you're driving in the car, because you got to pull over. I'm crying like a baby, and some of you guys know I'm a big crier, man, when it comes to the stuff that's important. But I'm crying like a baby, and the people next to me are probably looking at me like, this dude is crazy. I had to pull over, man, in some shopping center parking lot, and just put my head down and just bawl. And in the song's beautiful. It talks about that he's unraveling, but it feels great. He's unraveling, he's coming apart at the seams, but it's the best he's ever felt. Like, you really have to hear that song and let it speak to you. I think it's powerful. I pray you enjoy that. But anyway, look forward to hearing from you guys over the next few days. If you're at that place, that Point Break, I encourage you to bring yourself there. Or if you're there, a phone call would be great, or a time together would be great. And I'm here, to help you pick up those pieces, help you put them back together, and guide you on a path where God can form you and mold you, and really walk with you into where you're supposed to be. Okay. Love you tremendously with all my heart. I encourage you to live and love at a much higher level, unapologetically, every day, and use our business asset that we all build together to become financially independent. So you don't have to be indebted to anyone. Okay. All right. I love you guys. I believe in you. I totally believe in you with all my soul. I love you with all my heart, and I know we're gonna get this. All right. Love you guys. Have a great day.